What's good, Commanders fans? And happy Friday. I'm going to make this video quick. The Terps are about to play pretty soon. They play at 6:30, so we got some time. They play against Illinois, I believe, in the Big Ten quarterfinals, and we are the 2 seed, I believe, too. So, we're going to get it done. Shout out to my man, Derek Queen, Rodney Rice, the Crab 5, and all those guys. Who else? Selton Miguel, Julian Reese, Gillespie, and them guys. Kevin Willard is a coach. So shout out to my Maryland Terps tonight against Illinois. But let's get back to Nate Herbig, man. So the Commanders signed Nate Herbig. I gotta see how long the deal is. I think it's a 1-year deal, I believe. But he played. So I'm looking at the film here, and he had a botch snap to Justin Fields. But he played on the Steelers. He was out last year with a torn rotator cuff, so he missed the whole season. He did play with the Eagles. He played with the Jets. He does have positional flex because he can play center and he can play guard. So I know right now, per Ben Standig and John Keim, they have Brandon Coleman playing right tackle. So I guess Wiley will be playing right guard before Sam Cosmi returns from the ACL injury. Tyler Biadasz will be your center, and then Alec Grady will be left guard, and then Larry Tunsil will be left tackle. So that's kind of what it shakes out to be. I thought Brandon Coleman was going to be left guard, but it is what it is. So Nate Herbig is probably going to be like your Wes Schweitzer kind of guy. Your backup center, your backup guard. There's actually some really, really good numbers from Nate Herbig per PFF. And like I said, it's a trend. So he's 26, so he's actually on the younger side. He's not 30, 31 like a lot of the guys that we signed, like Eddie Goldman's 30, 31. The guy, the defensive end from the Patriots is 30, 31. Who else have we signed? Jonathan Jones is like 30 or 29 or something like that. Everybody's around 29, 30 years old for the most part, the guys that we've signed so far. He had a 71.9 run block grade, which was 12th best among centers in the 2023 season. He only had one penalty in 2022, which is really good. That shows a lot of discipline there. Robert Saleh, who was the Jets head coach who got fired, who's now with the Niners again, he said, quote, "I love his mentality and how he approaches the game. He's nasty. He's everything you want in an offensive lineman. He probably smells bad too." I'm just kidding, Herbie. It's more of a testament to Herbie and forcing his way onto the football field and playing our best 5. Also, Connor McGovern has some good things to say about Nate Herbig as well. I'm going to read the quote here because guys apparently love Nate Herbig. So Nate Herbig said, quote, "Nasty Nate, man. He brings a lot of attitude. He's going to definitely go all the way to the whistle, if not a little bit past the whistle. He's a great dude, great locker room guy, a lot of energy. He's really good at keeping it a little light, and he's a great addition. I've said it from the start, this room is a great room. Joe D and Salah building this offensive line room has been one of our best rooms. I've been around talent-wise, personality-wise, and it's fun to go out and work really hard and reap the benefits with this group. It's a fun group," end quote. So everybody who's been around Nate Herbig has nothing but good things to say, and that's a good thing. He plays nasty. He finishes past the whistle or through the whistle. That's great. Also, he was 6th in run block win rate for guards in 2022. 28 career starts. This is reading from 2023. So, I mean, look, he's graded well. He's graded well at some spots. Run blocking is his forte, and we want to get better in the run game. I see him out in space mauling guys for some screen passes and some different plays. I see the attitude, and I see him in a picture wearing a ski mask as well. So I like that, too. I like the swag, and he wears the sleeves on his arms, too. So he's got some swag to him, man. I'm intrigued. I like him as a positional flex guy who may have to start a couple games. You just never know how the offensive line goes. So he had 2 starts in 2023, played in 17 games, 11 games in 2022, 11 starts for the Jets. With the Eagles, 16 games and 5 starts. In 2020, 15 games and 12 starts. In 2019, 2 games, 0 starts. He did play with Carson Wentz. He played with Jalen Hurts. So, I mean, that shows how long he's been in the league. I mean, 2020 is not that long ago, actually, if you think about it. It's like it feels like a long time ago, but Carson Wentz was the starting quarterback in 2020, so he blocked for Carson Wentz, which is funny. I think he started in the game where we beat them, and that was like one of Chase Young's best games in his career as a rookie. And he actually did a spin move on Jason Peters. But, yeah, so that's the write-up on Nate Herbig. Let me see if there's any other more stats on Nate Herbig. Was he drafted? Let me see if he was drafted real quick, and then I'm gonna wrap this up. I'll talk a little bit about Dante Fowler. Excuse me. Let's see here. Was Nate Herbig drafted? He was not drafted. He did go to Stanford. So I don't. He's 6'4", 334 pounds. I don't see an RES score. It doesn't really matter for a big fella like himself. I mean, it's nice to look at and read, but I don't really see an RES score. His athleticism score though was a 55, which was pretty bad. In the combine, his production score was 70, which is solid. Total score 62, which was 19th out of all guards. 5.41 40-yard dash, 24-inch vertical jump, bench press 29, which is good. Overview is thickly built guard prospect with an NFL frame and good run blocking power. So that's what he's really known for as far as for his run blocking. Strengths are built like a refrigerator with thick arms, carries some anchor in his hefty lower body, offers some drive power to cave down blocks when running his feet, keeps feet low to the ground in his settled steps, plays under control into run fits, strength in his power zone to stalemate power across from him, not quick, but understands angles to second level blocks and zone, resets hands and pass pro, just a little bend triggers natural anchor versus rush, flashes some nasty at the end of plays. So I try to read it like Brian Baldinger or like Ric Flair when I get to the NFL draft write-ups for these guys when they talk about their strengths, just to kind of get hyped about these guys, just to get the juices flowing, make it sound provocative for sure. All right, so that's really it about Nate Herbig. That's right up. So positive things. I mean, he's a good backup, good depth signing, and he has started a bunch of games. So if he comes in, I think he'll play well. He can play center too, so you don't have to play Michael Dieter or Dieter if Tyler Biotic goes out or misses a couple snaps. So, and I'm dying laughing at D-Law and DeMarcus Lawrence going back and forth with Michael Parsons. I love the dysfunction of the Cowboys right now. I love the position that they're in. I love the dysfunctional owner. I love that we can point the finger at them and say that they're the terrible franchise. They have the terrible owner instead of people doing it to us. And we can do that at Jerry Jones. We can do it at the Cowboys. I just love it with a passion. I love that so much now. All right, let's move on to Dante Fowler. So Dante, speaking of the Cowboys, he signed with the Cowboys. And Dante Fowler was rumored to talk trash about the Cowboys organization too when he left. He said, I know there was a tweet that he had or something in the article that said, he said it wasn't true, that it's just all about show with the Cowboys, that you can't really focus on ball. People walking through the stadium while you're trying to practice. It's like a tourism museum type of thing while you're trying to practice. You can't really focus. So things like that. We know what Dante Fowler said on Twitter about us and the contract situation, that he's better than guys that are getting paid the amount that he's trying to get. And this is disrespectful and stuff like that. Diami co-signed it as well. So I wish Dante the best. And it's going to be fun to play against him twice a year. So definitely got to beat the Cowboys. Definitely got to run the ball at Dante Fowler's side as well, and he may get a roughing the passer penalty on Jaden Daniels as well, which he probably will because he got a couple of those last year. So that's about it on Dante. Wish him well. 10.5 sacks and a pick 6 last year, and he played well. And he loves Dan Quinn, but he decided to leave. He got $8 million, and we paid that to the Patriots defensive end. I don't know why I'm blanking on the guy's name. The Patriots defensive end that we signed. Maybe we could have just gave that to Dante instead, but Adam Peters decided to give $8 million to the Patriots defensive end and also $3 million to Jacob Martin to be our backup. So, all right, you guys, as always, I think Zadarius Smith is still out there, man. I think they should still try to get him, man. I really would. I would try to get Zadarius Smith and then draft. I mean, you have a lot of defensive ends, but still, you gotta get better at each position. So, all right, you guys, you have a great weekend. Go Terps, man. Let's get this money, man. Let's get this money. Let's go Terps. Let's go Terps, man. Crab 5, College Park. We need to be turned up tonight, man. We need to be turned up. 6:30. We are the 11th ranked team in college. I know a lot of you guys don't give a crap, but you see my Maryland jersey back there, so I got to rep. As always, Hail Commanders. Peace.